The town of Centralia, Pennsylvania, has a zip code that was officially revoked in 2002. Yet, the ground beneath it has been burning at temperatures exceeding 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit for over 6 decades. Apparently, some urban renewal projects just require a bit more patience and a lot more fire retardant. While we think of ghost towns as relics of the 1800s, the most haunting places in America were thriving just a generation ago. These are the municipalities where the infrastructure outlived the tax base, and the paper trail is the only thing keeping the town on the map. The data tells a story of systemic shifts, environmental oversights, and the cold reality of what happens when a town's only reason for existing simply vanishes. Here we go. With number 10 on our list is Gilman, Colorado. Perched on a cliff edge at 8,900 feet, Gilman was once a bustling company town for the New Jersey Zinc Company. It did not die because the zinc ran out. It died because the Environmental Protection Agency decided the groundwater had become a toxic cocktail of heavy metals. In 1984, the order came down for everyone to leave. Today, the houses still stand, looking like a perfectly preserved 1980s time capsule. It is a high-altitude reminder that company town means the company owns the air you breathe until they do not want to anymore. Moving to number 9, we find Peacher, Oklahoma. If you're looking for the most unlivable place in America, this is it. Peacher was once a world leader in lead and zinc, but the town was literally caving in on itself by the time the mines closed. Giant sinkholes began swallowing houses, and hills of toxic mining waste became the local playground. Despite being a Superfund site, the town did not officially cease operations for years. Residents were still being counted in federal data long after the post office was gone. Living in Peacher meant the ground was a suggestion rather than a solid surface. Number 8 takes us to Bombay Beach, California. In the 1950s, this was marketed as the French Riviera of California, attracting stars like Frank Sinatra. Today, it is a grid of rusted trailers on the edge of a shrinking, hypersaline lake that smells like rotting fish. The dream was sold on an accidental inland sea, but as the water evaporated, the fish died by the millions. This sounds manageable, until you look at the numbers regarding air quality. The retreating shoreline exposes toxic dust that is frequently blown into the lungs of the few remaining residents. Number 7 is Thurmond, West Virginia. In the early 20th century, Thurmond was so wealthy its banks handled more money than those in Charleston. Because of its geography, the town is essentially one long line of buildings facing a railroad track. There are no streets for cars. As coal transitioned from rail to truck, Thurmond became a historical footnote. At the last census, the population was reported as 5 people. This matters because number 6 took the same path and ended up somewhere very different. Number 6 is Cairo, Illinois. Situated where the Ohio and Mississippi rivers meet, Cairo should have been the New Orleans of the North. Systemic racial tension, floods, and the decline of river traffic turned this strategic gem into a ruin. While not technically a ghost town, the abandonment rate is so high that the downtown looks like a post-apocalyptic movie set. The census forms here are going to addresses that have been reclaimed by the forest. The infrastructure is there, but the economic heartbeat has been flatlining for decades. Number 5 takes us to Cisco, Utah. This town died because the highway department moved the road. In the 1950s, Cisco was a vital stop for travelers on US Route 6. Then Interstate 70 was built a few miles north, and Cisco was bypassed. It is a dusty lesson in the fragility of a stopover economy. If your town exists only because people are passing through, you are one civil engineering project away from oblivion. Today, Cisco is a collection of bleached wooden shacks, serving as a monument to the era of the 2-lane highway. Number 4 is Love Canal, New York. Most people recognize the name as a synonym for disaster, but few realize it was supposed to be a model dream community. A developer wanted a canal to power a utopian city. The project failed, and the canal became a chemical dump. Eventually, a school and a neighborhood were built right on top of it. In the late 1970s, chemical waste began bubbling into basements. Today, much of the area is a fenced-off containment zone. It is the ultimate example of the hidden trade-off, where a cheap home comes with toxic seepage. Number 3 is Bodie, California. Unlike the others, Bodie is preserved in arrested decay by the state. It was once a mining town of 10,000 people. with a reputation for being the most lawless place in the West. When the gold ran out, people simply walked away, leaving their furniture and school books behind. Because the air is so dry, the wood does not rot. It just turns silver. It serves as a stark reminder that even the most profitable boomtown has an expiration date. Number 2 challenges the belief that Florida is the land of permanent growth. This is the acreage of Northport. In the mid-20th century, thousands bought lots here through mail-order catalogs, thinking they were buying paradise. What they actually bought was swampland without roads or electricity. Decades later, huge swaths of Florida are crisscrossed with ghost streets, which are paved roads that lead to nowhere with street signs standing in the brush. You will see thousands of lots that have never seen a single brick laid. It is a grid-shaped monument to the great Florida land scam. That brings us to number 1, Glen Rio, straddling the Texas and New Mexico border. It is the unavoidable conclusion to our trip. Glen Rio was the first and last motel in Texas on Route 66. But like Cisco, the arrival of Interstate 40 was the death knell. Because it sat on the state line, gas was sold on the Texas side for lower taxes, while bars were on the New Mexico side because Texas was dry. When the bypass happened, the town froze. The cafe sign still hangs, and the motel rooms still have their beds. It is a place built on movement that died the moment people found a faster way to ignore it. These towns are physical data points of a shifting nation. We view our cities as permanent, but the census suggests they are often temporary arrangements. Whether it is a shift in transportation or a toxic oversight, the line between a thriving community and a forgotten one is thinner than we would like to admit. These rankings reflect trade-offs, not absolute verdicts. If you prefer data over brochures, this channel is built for you. You should watch our breakdown of the fastest shrinking zip codes in the Rust Belt next, because it reveals how these same patterns are playing out right now in major cities.